Hey, good evening. So, first of all, I would like to apologize to the 20 or so people who subscribed to this channel last month because I uploaded a video of my parents' cat absolutely annihilating me. This is not, generally speaking, a cat video channel, although I don't really have any qualms with utilizing my cats for clickbait, as evidenced by this. So with that out of the way, if you're interested, I'd like to talk about what I've been doing since I uploaded the last Menifee expedition video at the end of our field season. So I have gotten back to the lab in California since then, and I have some very interesting updates to give on that stuff. When the next field season starts, I don't have the green light to share any of that just yet. But there is some really cool updates, and there will be another set of Menifee expedition videos for 2023. Watch the end for information on that. But while people like Dr. McDonald have lab jobs to go back to, and most of my friends that you saw on the volunteer crew have school to go back to, I actually already graduated a couple semesters ago. So I got my double major bachelor's of science, and then basically hit a wall where graduate school wasn't really lined up, and there wasn't a job available for me to do a actual salaried position. Believe it or not, I'm actually not paid to do any of the fieldwork stuff that you see in the previous videos that I've uploaded. I'm considered to be really lucky that it doesn't cost me as much as it could, because we're able to get some of our field supply cost subsidized through a grant at the Western Science Center. But for the most part, I've got $22,500 in student debt and no salary job for me to do. Paleontology is just one of these brutally picky fields where there are very few jobs. And even though I do the work of, an equivalent field manager and researcher and all of this stuff, I've got publications, but I'm still not considered yet worthy of one of those salaried positions. So I'm in this awkward kind of middle zone between not having school, not having a real job, and really just wanting to focus on doing more research and learning and teaching, which is what makes me happy, which one would hope would matter for something in the economy, but it doesn't really. So while I've been sitting around watching my job applications for normal gigs, everything from grocery store clerk to COVID test processing just mostly get ignored, I've been working on an independent science writing and education project, which is something I've always really wanted to do, but never had the time to because I was so busy with school. And that's the Parent-Teacher Guide to Paleontology, which is up on patreon.com right now. You can go to it right now and see what I've been doing since September. Now, as the name implies, I'm kind of gearing this towards a more mature audience that's interested in looking at the actual science behind paleontology. And a lot of the adults that I work with who have young kids that are into paleontology don't have a science background necessarily, but are still being just incessantly bombarded with questions. So if you're a teacher or a parent who has a young kid who is really, really into science, paleontology or no, and you just need somewhere to field those questions, you need some kind of information to give to your kid, that's kind of what I'm aiming to provide here. But I'm also writing 2 articles per week, one on Fossil Friday and one on Wildlife Wednesday, that is on real things that I've touched with my own hands, seen with my own eyes, and that I'm interested in looking at deeper. And my research notes on these things have been cut down into just a few paragraphs that you can read twice a week, every single week. And that's for only $3 a month at the basic subscription. So believe me when I say that I know things are really expensive right now, and the idea of paying for yet another thing might not be appealing to you. I totally get it, no hard feelings, but for $3 a month, I think I really am providing a lot of good information, and you can't even really get a coffee for $3 anymore. So, keep that in mind. Now, for the equivalent of 2 subscriptions per month, which would be $6, you also have access to the guide contributor feed. And that means that you can field questions to me directly that I will answer in kind of a Reader's Digest format. Obviously, this part is still good for the teachers and the parents, but if you are a fellow student like me who, back in the day, didn't really feel like I was getting the science education that I really wanted, and it wasn't focusing on the kind of topics I was interested in, this is a way for you directly to reach out to a paleontologist like me and have your questions answered on a pretty regular basis. And if what you're really interested in are those field videos, which are, to be clear, not easy to make. It's really difficult to manage a field system and, do the work of technical paleontology and also film yourself doing it and also edit and upload those things on the same day. That's a lot of extra effort. So for people who have the equivalent of 4 subscriptions, that's $12 per month, you get access to those videos before everybody else. The Menifee Expedition 2023 will be on YouTube, but subscribers to the Parent-Teacher Guide to Paleontology will get to see those first. And I think that's fair because for $12 a month, you actually really do help me cover my fuel costs, cover my food costs, get me out in the field to do more work. And I'm really hoping that if I can get this kind of moving and get a decent community of people interested in what I'm providing, then I can go do more field work during my off season. I can go do things, learn more, and then bring that back to you. So if you are interested in checking out, it's patreon.com/ptpaleo. In the description, I have linked one of the open access blog posts. I mean, you can click on it and read it for free without a subscription. That kind of goes over my own career history and how I got from being a little kid interested in science to being a real scientist. If you're a student, there's lots of pointers in there about how you navigate the school system. If you're a parent and you're looking for guidance on how to support your kid, there's a lot of advice in there too. Things to do, things not to do, and just a lot of advice. So hopefully all of this is useful. If you have no interest in that and you just want to see the field expedition videos, again, they will be up on YouTube, just not right away. And I will probably keep uploading stupid, weird clips of my cats. This year, I would like to try doing a couple of weird artsy stuff. You may or may not see them depending on whether I turn out to be good at art. So thank you for watching. Again, please check out the piece in the description and have a wonderful evening. August. Were you crying outside the door the entire time I was filming? What? What do you want? Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? Okay, I'm gonna go feed my cat.